So they gave their team a fighting chance.
Yeah, honestly, it was probably the best thing that could have happened in the endgame there, given the circumstances. We do see Copter Intervention popping off here, so a little bit of early slowdown from Solar Blazer, trying to find a survivor off the bat, and they will, in fact, I think, find an ace right there.
I couldn't tell if it was the Crow or not, but yeah, they did find a very slippery survivor, and they get the hit. Yeah, that is ace, and that is a first hit right off the bat. No sloppy, however. No sloppy poppy.
Yeah, no sloppy this time around, so we'll have to see what they replace it with. And a really good shot right there. Just seeing Nia out the corner of their eye and getting a beautiful snapshot. Honestly, Ace going back over here is a death sentence. There's nothing over in this area, so for Deathslinger to box them out is going to be rather huge. Going around those lockers, though, very carefully, knowing that there might be a survivor head-on around, and that is a hit on the Slinger. Lori having to come in to block. And Lori will, in fact, do so. But that is now 3 survivors injured, 2 in the deep wound status effect, and a hit on the Lori, a firecracker from the Ace. What is going on?
Oh my goodness, this is one of the most exciting starts to a match I have ever seen. I did not expect the blind, but then you heard the hit registration of the harpoon. It's like, wait, what?
That was insane. Everything that happened right there, absolutely insane. And I imagine these survivors just scrambling to put together the pieces as, once again, 3 survivors are injured. Nia coming in just to try and give the Lori a little bit of space to get out of this tile, knowing that they're kind of boxed in the middle of nowhere. And it looks like Nancy has been by her lonesome on a gen somewhere this entire time. And now moving past the lockers there, not able to get the hit there, getting blocked by that little bit of geometry. And we do, in fact, see a deadlock popping off there as we see this gen blocked by the entity.
Absolutely. I can just imagine Nancy's over somewhere. Like, if Nancy was in solo queue right now, she was like, what is my team doing? I'm just gonna do this gen. Hey, there's the head-on. Who's the head-on user, though?
Yeah, I believe that's probably Nancy, as we do not see a blood trail, but Lori kind of getting caught out. Oh, it is Lori. So yeah, they were chasing Nia, found the Lori, so Lori apparently wanted to be the tunnel target here, and they will end up getting exactly what they wanted, as they will end up on the hook.
Was this just some really big ruse to make sure the first survivor that's hooked is the one that doesn't have 4 of the people? Was that the intention here? Was that the whole shuffle?
It's very possible, in fact. I mean, 4 of the people, very, very valuable, and you can only use it so many times given how many times they get hooked. So, you know, without the existence of Deliverance, Unbreakable, and the like, I mean, 4 of the people's a really valuable second chance perk that they need to hold on to, so that would make a lot of sense.
Indeed it would, and now looking at survivors trying to get back on these generators, scrambling a little bit, like you said, Deathslinger has an immense amount of pressure. They have reset mostly, though. How many health states have they reset? 3, 4 now?
Yeah, something to that degree, not including the mending status effect as well that they've healed through.
Indeed. Also worth noting is that, I don't know if you've caught this or not, the Deathslinger is aiming at the feet of the survivors, it feels like, for the most part, which is a valid tactic because that is the most consistent hitbox.
Yeah, no, it's a very real point, and a bit of a miss there, misfire there on the Nancy. Really unfortunate. They do get the hit, but it looks like they will attempt the tunnel out instead. They see the Nia and maybe trying to avoid a 4 to people, much like we saw earlier, and let's see if they swing around, but unable to do so as they hit the Nia instead.
They do, but now all stars are injured. They do finish a second generator. Also, what's the other gun on? We don't see the cigar this time. Is that the... Oh my goodness, that shot.
So that's the tin oil can. I want to say that is reduced time on recovery on missed shots.
That's what I thought, because the missed recovery felt faster. That's why they were able to hit the hit when they were going for the save there. So yeah, that would make the most sense. And look at the amount of body blocks these survivors are doing for this Lori. It is insane. Also worth noting, all the survivors have reset. They were all injured a moment ago. They got together, they reset just in time, and now they're coming to take this from Lori. These survivors are very well coordinated.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, there's a real discussion to be had of whether or not not Forced People, but Forced Penance would have been a really good choice here by the Deathslinger.
It's very possible. Beautiful shot through the doorway. Ace desperately trying to get into basement, but not able to break the line of sight in time, and they will go down.
Pop up there. That, in fact,
basement hook. Flashlight tried to come in as well, but not able to get it in time.
I also want to know, we saw the damage generator notification pop up there. That, in fact, is an eruption, regressing that gen by a total of 10% plus 0.3% per second thereafter.
Interesting. So we know about Corrupt Intervention, Deadlock, and Eruption so far. Man, okay, you've got to stop making these shots. This is too much for me to handle. These are amazing.
Honestly, yeah, really amazing job here by the Dustling, to say the least. Honestly, Rue and I were talking about this earlier, and if you guys, the viewers, are interested, we'd be definitely interested in doing more of these exhibition matches. As we mentioned at the very start, we don't see Dustlinger very often, and so getting a chance for these players to show off their skills in a little bit less of a high-stakes match really does go a long way, and we're seeing exactly what they're able to do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Also worth noting is that I feel like this Dustlinger actually has a very good position in this game right now. You've got a survivor in the basement. They have to come in. You've got 3 gens that have to be finished until then. It looks like we're about to progress to second state on the survivor in the basement. This Deathslinger actually has a very good shot of pulling this game back. However, we do see them running in for the unhook. Will they get their time? No, they will progress the second stage as they apply the eruption to the generator.
And we do see scratch marks going down into the basement. Probably Nia there. And we see Ace getting body blocked here. Things are looking grim unless they can get out soon. The body blocks are real. Ace not able to get by, and Nia taking the hit from nowhere. And now we're in a bit of a chase with the Ace.
Chase with the Ace. Yeah, really good job. It's crazy. I thought that they were going... Didn't they do something to try and prevent that from happening where you couldn't body block?
Well, so what they did is they made the stairs a little bit wider. While, yes, that does help the survivor to get around the killer.
No way that hit. Oh my goodness.
Amazing shots here by Slinger, not able to get there in time. However, and it looks like Nancy will get the pallet in time. That is heartbreaking to see, just a moment short there from getting it down on the Nancy as well. That'd have been a huge game changer. Going for the pickup on the Ace. No pallet stun needed, and never mind, the pallet stun was needed.
Yeah, not quite having the distance to the killer there with the flashlight. Not quite the beamer. These shots are insane. Also worth noting is the amount of times this killer has injured the survivors. Also, wait, what did they do to gens?
Apparently, while the chaos was ensuing, they were fixing those gens, trying to progress as much as possible. And I mean, they're doing a fantastic job here. However, things are going to get really difficult real soon if this Ace does end up going down.
For sure. And yeah, Deadlock is going to be expiring momentarily here. They need the Ace dead, and they need to find another survivor and kill them. I think that should be enough. As long as it's a fresh survivor that they find and kill, it should be enough to secure the victory here. But looks like Ace, yeah, able to get to a pallet in time. And that's a smash hit.
Yeah, getting some real distance there. I want to say Deathslinger may have been also a little bit concerned for a head-on play as we saw the Ace really looping in close towards it.
That is a very good point. They could have had that ready, but a lot of survivors are injured here, not just the Ace. They haven't had time to reset. It's probably trying to finish this last generator. So the question is there going to be an adrenaline play? Will they finish this last generator? They see the flashlight lighting up here. Possibly. No, it's a firecracker.
Yeah, that's a flashbang in hand. They were trying to get that blind there if possible. We see the Deathslinger looking up to just in case. And looks like we will see Ace impact to campfire via the entity and a haste status effect popping up with that last gen's completion, which means we see a little bit of a Noed.
That we do. Worth noting is that Nancy did have adrenaline there. The only survivor that is injured is Nia here. And the question is Nia been hooked yet? I don't think she has.
No, she has not as of yet, so that would be fantastic. Nancy went in for the body block, potentially not realizing what might be in store. This is going to be huge, as Nancy also has not been hooked. They're trying to think that they can get out scot-free, but there it is, Lord with the flashbang in hand, knowing, wait one second.
Hold on, why are they sticking around? He can fish. They need to leave. Oh, I don't know. Hold on, so that's one hook. That's 6 points for the kills. I'm trying to think. Is this enough to secure the victory?
It's gonna be very
14 points.
Close.
No, it's 15 points. It's 15 points. 6 and 6 and an additional 3. They have to find Noed and cleanse it.
Yeah.
They can't let the survivor die. It'll be 15 to 16, same as hooking everybody and killing one person.
Yeah, it's going to be very close here. It's going to come down to that Noah. We have about 3 minutes or so on the clock of EGC with Nancy hanging on the hook here. Less than 2 minutes on the clock for them to progress to death. I mean, that Survivors need to cleanse Noah, and they did. So now it's going to come down to the reset between Lori and Nia, and somehow managing to get out without going down as well.
Absolutely. This is going to be very, very difficult. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it all comes down to this. Like, there's the reset. Can they line up for the unhook here? This is going to be really, really close. Yeah, right now if they left, it's 15 to 15. No. Yeah, 15 to 15. Yeah, there's a fresh out and then two hook states out. So that's all right. They secured one state. That's an additional 2 points. One less for the survivors.
Yep, 59 seconds on the clock comes down to you survivors. I imagine they're taking as much time as possible to try and discuss what the game plan is. We see a survivor there, the Nancy, it looks like, trying to open up this exit gate. Honestly, there might be discussion for them to just chase him off of that and go for the down on the Lori, who, mind you, has been hooked once, but that'd still be enough points, I think.
Yeah, it would be. You've got both these survivors. Actually, yeah, if you get the Lori, that's even more points. But now you got the problem. If both those survivors leave, you have the exit gate option here. Or not the exit gate, the hatch option. Yeah,
that is a real possibility. I imagine that's exactly on their minds. As Lori's going to have to be very careful here. We're going to see the break. And Deathslinger is going to have to be mindful of the hatch as they will have a little bit of time on the recovery. And looks like Lori making a beeline exactly for the hatch. Are the survivors ready and waiting for it? Lori getting boxed out here at the corner. They have to make a decision at some point. And looks like they will take the down here in Shack, and I think that will be it. Unless a surprise flashbang is in store for us here, but that does not look to be the case.
It doesn't seem to be the case at all. And yeah, this hook right here will secure it because this is an additional 2-point hook. Nancy already progressed, so that will secure it right there. Very valiant attempt, but yeah, the Deathslinger decided to go after the Lori instead. Definitely wanted. I'm surprised the survivors didn't leave and give Lori the chance to get the hatch. That's the only thing I was secured.
I want to say that was the intention, but Lori just was not able to get there in time. And with that being said, we are going to be calculating the score here in just a few moments, but that was one hell of a match and an amazing demonstration of what you can do with Deathslinger from Solar Blazer. Honestly, GG well played by both sides, and we're going to find out in just a moment, but I do believe that will
14 points for the survivors.
Yeah, I think that is a victory for Arctic Wolves.
Yeah, I think Arctic Wolves pulls it away, I think by a 4-point margin. It may be less than that. I think it's a 4-point margin. I could be wrong, though. That's really, really close. Oh, man. Also, props for the beginning of that game, because the first minute and a half of that game was some of the most, like, shenanigans I've ever seen in the beginning of the game. That was...
Yeah, honestly,
we were both out of breath.
Honestly, it was the beginning of the match was insane, but like they didn't stop. There wasn't a moment where I was like, oh, you know, Deathslinger are missing their shots, and it's just like, oh, there's a survivor there. Let me just shoot them real quick and put them into the men's state. Like it was just constant shot after shot after shot. Really well done by all involved, and honestly, a great showing of what can happen when you pit two wolves against one another.